Hello everyone, Ranjita here. Welcome back to my channel. Today is day 12 and the last day of Crafty December, and the prompt is texture. As always, don't forget to check out Upcycle by Mansa to see her take on this prompt. You will find the links to Mansa's channel and details about Crafty December in the description below. Since today's prompt is texture, I thought I would make a painting of a little ballerina. My little daughter loves ballet, so this painting would be a painting of her, a little something to capture our memories of her in the ballerina dress. So let's get started. For today's painting, I am starting off with this canvas that measures 12 inches by 16 inches. I have given it a coat of black gesso all over. I wanted to start with a black canvas. So I have given an even coat of black gesso all over the canvas. Once the black gesso is completely dry, I am going ahead and giving a rough sketch of a little ballerina here. This is a very beautiful memory for us. My little daughter loves ballet and she looks the most beautiful and cutest in this little ballerina dress. So I wanted to cherish this memory, so I am making a painting of her today. So as I have told you, I am making a very rough sketch of a ballerina standing and posing. For today's painting, I will be using these palette knives. I am not going to use any brushes for today's painting. This is absolutely my take. However, you can make your painting as textured as you want with whatever supplies you have. So as you can see here, I've mixed a shade of skin color here with acrylic paint. To bring in some more texture to my painting, I have added heavy gel medium to this acrylic paint, and I am slightly dabbing it on the canvas. I have done many acrylic paintings, but I wanted to do this exclusively with knife because I wanted that little rough texture to go on all over my painting. So as you can see here, I am just slightly painting on the outline that I have drawn here. The knife adds so much texture to the painting. Gel medium is the perfect medium to add in some more time for you to handle your acrylic paints, as well adding a little texture and body to your acrylic paints. If you do not have heavy body acrylic paints, this is the best choice. All you have to do is just mix up your paints with some heavy gel medium and you will have a good body for your acrylic paints. As you can see here, I have just mixed another darker shade to add in some shadows to this painting. This is not going to look very realistic. I just wanted to have a very sketchy kind of painting today. Once I am done doing the skin tones, I am going ahead and filling in the dress for the little ballerina. I am only doing the top of the dress. For the frock of the ballerina or the skirt of the ballerina, I am having something else in my mind. You're going to soon see what I am going to do for the skirt of the ballerina. With the heavy gel medium, adding textures is very easy. As you can see here, I am doing the hair of the ballerina. It's going to be very simple to add in that texture of hair with just simple strokes with your knife. This video is kind of self-explanatory. There is nothing much I can teach you in this video, but I thought I would share this beautiful idea of how you can make your own textured paintings with the very minimal supplies that you already have at home. In case if you haven't done this, do try making a texture painting. It can be of a flower or of a bouquet or anything. As you can see, I am slightly adding highlights, but while adding highlights, make sure that your base coat is completely dry. Otherwise, you will end up smudging both the colors and you cannot see your highlights clearly. Once everything is setting in, I am quickly adding a backdrop to this ballerina. I wanted to do this before adding my skirt details. This is because it gets much easier with the plan that I have. As you can see here, even for the backdrop, I am not using any brushes. I am roughly spreading all the paint with my knife here. Before going ahead to this step, make sure that your ballerina is completely dry. As you can see here, I've made a mistake, but it's easy to mend if your layer is completely dry. Working with a knife is very easy, but you need to practice a lot. But once when you get a hang of it, you're going to finish painting in just no time, and the texture comes so naturally when you paint with a knife. I'm not really thinking too much while painting this. I'm just painting how my memory takes me. I'm just imagining my little daughter, and I'm going ahead and adding textures and backdrop to this painting. As you can see here, for the backdrop, I'm playing around with shades of white, grey and black. The random strokes with the knife itself bring in so much more texture and so much more depth to this background. I will be quickly finishing up the background, and then I will be adding some outline to my image just to pop out the image a little more from the background. I could have done this with a fine tip brush, but since I thought of completing this painting entirely without using brushes, I just stretched myself and I did this outline as well with the knife. Now comes the fun part. For the skirt of the ballerina, I am using the sculpture paste from Little Birdie, and I will be painting it with a palette knife. All I am doing is I am taking some sculpture paste and putting it on my acrylic paint plate. You cannot see the plate here, but I have an acrylic plate there, and I am carefully softening the paste properly. This is a very important step when you are working with your sculpture paste. You need to soften your paste properly and evenly, otherwise your petals will be very floppy and dry. So make sure you take your time and soften this paste properly. Once you soften this paste, you're going to spread it evenly, and then we will make petals out of it for this skirt. Since this is a part of another video, I am not explaining in detail how to use this sculpture paste and how to make your petals. But in case if you're interested in learning sculpture painting, make sure to leave a comment below in the description box. I would be more than glad to make a detailed tutorial on how to use sculpture paste and how to make different types of flowers using this sculpture paste. So as you can see here, I am making thin petals. These petals will mimic the frills or the tulle of the skirt. I am not actually making even petals here, but I am making them, some of them are small, some of them are big, so that they act like the frills of a skirt. Working with sculpture paste is very easy, but all you need to do is a little practice, and you need to be a little quick while working with it. As you can see here, I am making thin petals. Some are long, some are short, and I am just arranging them randomly all over the place where I have left for the skirt. This instantly brings in so much more detail and texture to the painting. It looks like a real skirt actually. Always take out your sculpture paste in small quantities. Though you might need a lot of sculpture paste, do not take all of it out at once, but instead work it in batches. This is the best tip I can give it to you while working with sculpture paste, because the paste often tends to dry out quickly. So as you can see here, I am working in batches. Every time I finish a batch, I am going to take out a little more of sculpture paste and then soften it and then create my petals for the ballerina skirt that I am working here. If I was working with a particular kind of flower, then I would plan the type of petals I want. But here I just wanted some texture and flair to the skirt. So I am randomly making petals. Some are small, some are big, and all of them are not of the same size and shape as well. So as you can see here, I am just randomly making petals and then placing it one next to each other. In case if you want to have more control over the petals and the fall of the petals, then you can place your petals on one side, let it dry a little bit, and then place it back on the painting. So first I have filled the entire skirt with these petals. Some fall to the left and some fall to the right. Now I wanted to make another layer to my skirt. So for that I am letting this first layer settle a little bit, and then I am making petals and placing it on top of this skirt. This brings in so much more beauty. In case if I want to add some more bounce, I am rolling my paste a little bit and placing it like a ball underneath the petal. This will support the petal and will make the petal stand up. When I say petals, I mean the frills of the skirt here. It looks rather simple and easy, but it definitely takes a lot of practice to work with sculpture paste. So as you can see here, I am playing around with the petals here. I am making sure that they fall how I want to. It's a very simple process, but I really liked how beautiful this was turning out. I am liking the dress of my little ballerina here, and I really liked how I thought of playing with this sculpture paste for the skirt of the ballerina. This year was tough for every one of us, especially for these little ones. I'm so proud of my little one for all the support she has given me during this time. This is my way of expressing my love to her. Love you, my little ballerina. I hope you like this painting too. You can see the close-up images of the finished project here. I really liked how beautiful this texture painting turned out. This was my first attempt with texture painting and I'm in love with it. Please make some time to appreciate the little ones at home. They deserve all our love. So, that's it for today's video, and that's it for this entire series of Crafty December. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you liked this video and the entire series of Crafty December too. If you haven't done it yet, kindly consider subscribing to my channel and don't forget to watch the entire playlist of Crafty December. The link is in the description below. And also do follow me on my social media. I share a lot of crafty inspiration there. Thank you.